Here we go again with Rita Pants on Fire, having a go at MSNBC. Now, I find this quite interesting because I like having a go at Rita Panahi and Sky News. So I'm kind of on the same page. When you've got an opposition that you can have a go at and they give you plenty of information, go for it, I reckon. Because my whole reason for existing at the moment is to present a different perspective than the one presented from the right-wing media. Now, in Australia, there's very few people. There's Michael West, there's Crikey, there's The Guardian from time to time. There are other voices, obviously, but on social media, it's important for us to be able to present a different view, another way of looking at some of these issues that are propagandized by, in fact, both sides. But nevertheless, it's important to be able to take a different perspective. And my job as a retired 72-year-old is to be able to take the time out to say the things that I need to say on social media because I kind of like it. And I do enjoy your criticisms. I do enjoy your comments. So please subscribe to my channel and do what you can in order to irritate the shit out of me. But one of the things that I do want to talk about today, though, is this interest in Truth Social because it has gone public on the stock exchange in the US. Now, one of the things that concerns me, I guess, the most is that Donald Trump is using this as an effort to be able to finance some of the legal problems that he's got, and particularly his legal representation. And he's using this process in order to generate some more capital. So, but it's important to understand, though, that he isn't actually able to monetize it for some time. There's a lock-in clause, I think, that prevents him from accessing any funds from going public with regard to Truth Social. And is Truth Social worth what it's now being proclaimed to be worth? Well, the debate's open on all of that, and there are people around that will say that it's worth whatever, the $3 billion, or it's worth less. And there are examples of companies that have been successful in the same vein as Truth Social, and there are others that aren't. Now, the issue with Truth Social is that, number one, they don't declare the number of people that they have on their platform. That itself is a problem. The fact is, too, that they lost $48 million last year as well. So, and they're not making any money. And there's another issue, too, which is who subscribes to Truth Social. And primarily, they're the hardcore MAGA people, and therefore they are limited, I guess, in terms of the growth of the platform over time. So whether Truth Social is a success or not, who knows? But we do need to remember that Trump University, Trump Steaks, Trump Water, Trump Casinos, Trump Airlines all failed. And so the record that Trump holds in terms of being successful or not in this particular space is kind of doubtful given his track record. I mean, the man has he's failed drastically at least 6 times. He's gone under. So is this likely to happen again? Well, probably. And the other factor that I think needs to be noted here is that it started really well, but then they lost $1 billion actually, over one day, when people started to realise this perhaps may not be the wonderful pot at the end of the rainbow that people thought it would be. And as a result of that, well, it's taken a wee bit of a dive. Will that continue? Who knows? And also, will they be able to get the revenue that they require from advertising, given that the base is so limited? So there's a whole host of questions that one needs to ask about all of this. But Rita has dived in because she believes that this is another one where the lefties are losing it. Now, the first voice you're going to hear on this video, I think, is Steve Rattner, who is an economist that appears on on MSNBC. He's well respected, well known. His qualifications are exceptional, but when Rita talks about, well, this is Economics 101, she's talking about a man who's offering a comment here that he knows, and is a man, I guess, who knows what he's talking about, as opposed to Rita having no understanding whatsoever, I would believe, of Economics 101 herself, but sits there as kind of the expert around all of this because she's highlighting what MSNBC are saying. The second person that she talks to, I forget her name now, but she actually ran the business report for MSNBC and is herself well qualified in that particular area. But according to Rita, they just don't know what they're talking about. So let's have a listen to what Rita has to say.
Lefties are losing it yet again, and again it's all about Donald Trump. Watch this meltdown about Trump's social media company, Truth Social, which started trading this week and boosting the former president's net worth, potentially by billions. But according to the MSNBC Brains Trust, this is proof of some grand conspiracy where nefarious forces are fixing the share price to boost the market value of this company. Got to tell you, these dummies failed Economics 101.
And what would she know about any version of economics, let alone basic economics? Probably nothing.
And the whole thing is absurd. Why the SEC does not think there's some kind of stock manipulation going on, by the way, but clearly this is one of these almost meme-like stocks where there's clearly a group of people that are trying to push up the price to almost transfer money, potentially, to the former president. That's what's going on here. Now, the question is whether he can sell his shares.
Let's put this in perspective. Yeah. It is still valued at a number greater than what Harley Davidson, Bausch & Lomb are valued at. Those are companies that make products and make billions of dollars. Technically speaking, you would say this company is fakakta. It does not do anything, okay?
Joining me now is filmmaker and journalist Ami Horowitz. Ami, MSNBC, just keep providing.
So I'm not going to play all that much more of that, but I like the way that you need to know Economics 101. So in order to help you to explain all of this, then you call in a filmmaker. Makes a lot of sense, but it's just the obscure way that Sky News go about reporting certain incidents. Now, personally, I don't give a shit whether Trump makes any money from Truth Social or not. The point I'm raising is that everything that he does fails, and this is likely to be another one of them. So if you ever think you're getting stocks in the US on Truth Social, perhaps you need to think again. But let's wait and see what happens here. The other thing too is that Trump is so irritated by the rapid fall in stock. Now, he owns 57% of the media company that owns Truth Social, and he's pissed off because he was thinking, I think, that this is likely to be a big winner for him. But then when it lost its $1 billion, he started to think, well, maybe someone needs to be blamed because there's no way in the world Trump is going to take responsibility for any of this. And so he's decided to sue the two directors of the company, the people that were involved with him in forming the company. He's decided to sue them in true Trump fashion. So what can you say? Good on you, Donald. Go for it. Do the best you can to demonstrate to everybody that you're never, ever at fault. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, and ring the bell for further notifications, and certainly make some comments in relation to all of this, and let me know what you think. In the meantime, take care, look after yourselves, and more importantly, be safe.